With y'all, man? It's your boy Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store. How's everybody doing today, man? Hey, it's Hump Day. It's the middle of the week. We done got through it for the most part, man. So, hey, you gotta go hit the liquor store up for a celebratory drink, man. So, hey, y'all come on in. We got hen, we got gin, whatever it takes to make you sin. So we're gonna get drunk with this Dallas Cowboy content together, man. Hey, so salute to everybody. Already waiting for the liquor store to open. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all are the true champs. Fish 82, I see you. Desmond Ironman, I see you. What's good with you? Hey, Joe, what's good with you, my guy? Thank you for tapping in. Raymond Silas, I see you. Let's see. Hey, my boy Jameson Taylor, I see you. Appreciate you tapping into the liquor store and showing love. Tyler, too, salute to you as well, man. So we're gonna cover a couple things real quick, man. Somebody said something very positive about Dak Prescott, and I'm just gonna come on here and pick it back on that. You know what I'm saying? Michael McQuaid, what's up with you, man? They've been tapping in, showing love. So there's really been some glowing reviews on some Dallas Cowboys players today. Dak Prescott, got mentioned in a high regard earlier. Our two starting cornerbacks got mentioned in a high regard, on a certain list. So we're gonna talk about that, man. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, man, I need everybody to hit that like button for your boy. We're gonna try to boost up this algorithm so more people can find this video. And I need y'all to hit the share button so they can know the liquor store is open for business. And remember, if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man, you will receive half off all the merchandise inside the liquor store. So we still got them Eagles tiers, but now that I think about it, that is like a step up from finna now. So you don't want to fool with that, man. You might want to stick with your hen, your gin, your Cowboy readers. You might want to stick with something a little bit weaker because like them Eagle tiers is very potent. So I just need y'all to do what y'all do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, slap you up a couple Eagles fans to get that discount. And I also need y'all, man, to hit that cash out. This is the last of the Mohegans. This is y'all last chance to enter for the Dallas Cowboy jersey raffle. We're gonna end it tonight. I got one more show later on. We do the interview with Kelvin Joseph, but after that, we're gonna move right on to the next raffle. So if you want to improve your odds of winning this Dallas Cowboy jersey, you got the rest of the day to get it in. You got till 12 o'clock tonight to get your raffles in. And then after that, we're moving on to the next raffle. We'll announce the winner of this one tomorrow. And that's just gonna be what it is. But I appreciate everybody that showed love, that been supporting the content, been supporting the channel. Salute to all y'all, man. He said, leave Dak alone, we fine. What up, Henny? Dak is great. Yeah, Dak is an excellent quarterback. I'm actually going to talk. Hey, and listen, we're not the only people that think that. Hey, Beatrice Adams, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. I appreciate y'all. So that's really what I brought y'all in here to talk about real quick. So Dak Prescott got mentioned in a very positive light this time, though, by one of his former teammates. So let's take a look at the actual quote, if I can find it. Here it go. So, as you know, Randall Cobb is a former Dallas Cowboy. He played with Dak Prescott during the 2019 season. Really, Dak Prescott helped Randall Cobb get paid. He had one of the best seasons, in a long time with Dak Prescott. He was able to parlay that into a lucrative deal with the Houston Texans. So, of course, Randall Cobb has glowing things to say about Dak Prescott. But, let's get to the actual quote. So this is from Jory Epstein. Randall Cobb was asked if he fully appreciated how special Aaron Rodgers was before leaving the Packers. I mean, yeah, this is him talking. I mean, yeah, I would say so. But I was very fortunate to go to Dallas and play with someone who I think is elite in Dak and someone in Deshaun Watson in Houston who I think is a really good player. Obviously, coming back to Green Bay and being with Aaron again, you pick up on the little things that make him so special. So that's the quote, end quote. So I got a couple of things I want to take away from that comment by Randall Cobb. The first thing, he did not have to even mention Dak Prescott. He went out of his way to give Dak Prescott his flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really think about it, you know, with the way that Randall Cobb's career was going, you know, there was a chance that Randall Cobb could have been out of the league. You know, he dealt with a lot of injuries, his play declined, his production declined. So, you know, that season in 2019 really put Randall Cobb back on the map, you know, in terms of being viewed as a valuable wide receiver. But when you think about it, it was several seasons, you know, since the last time that Randall Cobb had a productive season before coming to Dallas. He even mentioned, you know, at one point the Dallas coaching staff giving him tips on how to stay healthy. You know, he said they told him he had weak hips, and that was one of the reasons why he continued to have lower leg injuries. See, so he never knew that before. So, you know, that his entire experience with Dallas was very good. I know we did not go to the playoffs. We ended up being 8-8, but Randall Cobb had a very productive season with the Dallas Cowboys. Matter of fact, let me go pull up the exact numbers. I'll pull up the exact numbers just so you can see. So Randall Cobb was in 2019 with the Dallas Cowboys. He had 55 catches, 828 yards, averaged 15.1 yards a catch, which was the highest in his career. I never knew that. So the most yards per catch for Randall Cobb, he averaged with Dak Prescott. So that was phenomenal. Right? So Randall Cobb, and listen, the years prior, before Randall Cobb got here, 383 yards, 653 yards, 610 yards. He wasn't really putting up the production, you know, that he did back in 2014 when he was a Pro Bowl wide receiver. So, you know, I understand why he would speak of such high regards for Dak Prescott. Hey, JC, what's up with you, man? I appreciate you tapping in and showing love to the liquor store. So another thing I want to point out, right, because like I said, he did not have to even mention Dak Prescott. He wanted to go out of his way and give him his flowers. He said he thought he was elite. Secondly, he made sure not to call Deshaun Watson an elite quarterback. He said that Deshaun Watson was very good. But, you know, when you're talking and you've been in the league for a certain amount of time, you know, you're very, you know, precise with the diction that you use. He could have easily said that Deshaun Watson was an elite quarterback as well. But, you know, he stopped short of saying that. He said he was a very good quarterback. So, you know, and listen, I'm not here, you know, just to, you know, beat my chest or anything like that, because, you know, we already had the numbers behind Dak Prescott being an elite quarterback anyway. But it's always good to hear other credible players, you know, say it as well. You know, it's not holding a gun to this boy's head, making him say this, that, and the third. Like, he really believed that. You know, he not and listen, the guys that call Dak Prescott ass and this and that, they're like former Eagles players. What else are they supposed to say? You know, they haven't beat Dak Prescott in 4 calendar years. You know what I mean? So I know that was a nice look. And then, of course, you know, we will always have the naysayers that say, well, you know, of course, he played with Dak Prescott. What else is he supposed to say? He still sucked. Well, I got a quote. I have a quote from Matt Rule. You know, Matt Rule was a former coach in college. He was a very successful college coach, and he briefly coached the Carolina Panthers as well. Randall Cobb is getting yellow jacket facts. Hey, I like Randall Cobb. I don't know if he'll get a yellow jacket, but you know, like he has been a very productive wide receiver. Hey, shout out to Wanda Davis for the donation. I appreciate you. That got you an entry into the Dallas Cowboy raffle. So salute to you. And if y'all want to be like Miss Davis and improve your chances of getting this Dallas Cowboy jersey, Y'all got from now until midnight to get your entries in. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up to today. Hey, what's up with you, Jasmine? What's up with you, JC? What's up with you, Justin Kitchen, Raymond Silas, Jason Crossen, MJ? Hey, this Michael Jordan in here, man. I see MJ in the chat. What's up with you? Yes, we got to slap the shit out of Eagles fans, man. Definitely got to slap the shit out them Eagles fans, man. So I have another quote. This is another credible quote that said that Dak Prescott is like that. You know what I'm saying? These ain't some fat, out of shape, cheesesteak eating motherfuckers. Speaking on Dak, these are people that know what they talking about. So this is a quote from Matt Rule. This is actually from 2 years ago. Right? We know that Dak Prescott went crazy against the Carolina Panthers, threw 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, or very limited passing attempts. Lit them up. Even had some big runs in that game. So he went crazy. Again, Matt Rule. So he had nothing but respect for Dak Prescott after that. Matt Rule said of Dak Prescott, when you watch Dak right now, it reminds me of Peyton Manning. It reminds me of Drew Brees in terms of pocket awareness. So listen, that is not somebody that works for UPS talking. That's not somebody that's a CDL truck driver. This ain't a PE coach. This ain't a bartender. This is an NFL coach that said that. Hey, shout out to Michael McQuay for the generous donation. That got you multiple entries into the raffle. So salute to you. So if y'all want to be like Michael McQuay and substantially improve your odds of winning this Dallas Cowboy jersey, y'all got until now and midnight to hit the cash out. So salute to you. So yeah, man, these ain't no bums. These ain't no guys with no pedigree sitting up here giving Dak Prescott these glowing reviews, talking so highly of our quarterback. You know what I mean? Like Matt Rule, at least Matt Rule did not work out in the NFL. I'm not gonna sit here and talk like he's Bill Belichick. But hell, even Bill Belichick had good things to say about Dak Prescott. Bill Belichick think Dak Prescott is a great quarterback. So there's been several figures who've talked very highly of Dak Prescott. And you know what? A lot of people were like, well, that's a little bit too far to say that Dak Prescott is like Drew Brees or he's like Peyton Manning. So I tell you what, let's see what Drew Brees had to say about Dak Prescott. I went through the archives. People been saying that Dak Prescott is like that. So, this is also from the 2021 season. Drew Brees talking very highly of Dak Prescott himself. You have an injury like he did, and this is Drew Brees talking. You have an injury like he had, and I think it does force you to play a game a little different. But I see that as being a positive for Dak. I see a guy who has great command over the offense in the huddle, a great understanding of the offense, protections, the guys who he throwing to. So everything he does is very decisive. The ball comes out on time. It's going to the right place. So to break down what Drew Brees said about Dak Prescott, Drew Brees said that Dak Prescott had great command of the offense. In the huddle, he knows how to set up his protection. He knows how to get through his reads, and he's also making accurate throws. Right? That's what you can infer from what from the word that he used. He didn't say that Dak Prescott, was okay. He said he had great command of his offense. He said he's getting through his reads. He said the ball is going where it's supposed to, meaning that Dak Prescott is accurate. But if you listen to these guys, that speak on Dak Prescott, they say he missed throws. Everybody missed throws. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have 100% completion percentage for a season. Matter of fact, Drew Brees, up until recently, had the best completion percentage for a career in NFL history. Right now, technically, Joe Burrow has it, but Joe Burrow hasn't even played 3 full seasons. So, that's probably going to go down. Yeah, they know a baller when you see it. You got Randall Cobb. And listen, Randall Cobb has played with Aaron Rodgers for a majority of his career. Aaron Rodgers is considered to be one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, and easily one of the best quarterbacks, of our generation. So, he knows what an elite quarterback looks like. He has the pedigree and wherewithal to point out an elite quarterback because he played with one for forever. So he said that Dak Prescott was elite. You look at somebody like Matt Rule, who's coached a lot of football, coached at a high level at Baylor, and he had a short little run with Carolina. I know they fell off a cliff. They were only a couple of games where they looked like they were the real deal, but he is somebody that you can trust as well. He has no agenda by giving praise to Dak Prescott. And then one of the players that he's getting compared to, Drew Brees, came out and spoke very highly of the way that Dak Prescott plays. You got guys like Kurt Warner who are critical of Dak Prescott, but they also say that Dak Prescott is one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League. So, this is not a one-off thing because, I like jumping ahead of things because how Eagles fans are, how haters are, how people react, to our quarterback. Any chance they get to slander his name and act like he ain't like that, they're going to take it, right? Because had this been somebody shaking their head to no to playing to Dak Prescott, they would probably make a segment about it. But since it's somebody giving Dak Prescott high praise and high regard, they're going to try to sweep that shit up under the rug and act like it never happened. But there have been several instances of people coming out and saying that Dak Prescott is one of the better quarterbacks in the league, saying that Dak Prescott is elite. And hell, who am I? I'm the number guy. So, I didn't just come in here off of, I didn't just come in here with the viewpoints and feelings of other people. I brought, analytics and numbers into the equation as well. So this is what I want to show you real quick. We're going to go down the list. Right here is career touchdown to interception ratio. This is career touchdown to interception ratio. Aaron Rodgers has the best one of all time. Patrick Mahomes has the second best. Russell Wilson is third. Tom Brady is fourth. Deshaun Watson is fifth. Justin Herbert is sixth. Lamar Jackson is seventh. Joe Burrow is eighth. Who that right there? At number 9. That looked like Dak Prescott, if I'm not mistaken. So Dak Prescott is number 9 all time, for career touchdown interception percentage, right? And when you look at some of the other guys ahead of Dak Prescott, they played less games, so it's easier to maintain, the rating that they have. Joe Burrow only played in 42 games so far. Justin Herbert has only played in 49. Watson, due to his off-field issues and injuries, have only played 60. Right? I'm not going to even mention Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure that he will have a great touchdown interception ratio regardless of how many games he plays, so I'm not going to mention him. But Dak Prescott has played almost 100 games, and he still has one of the best touchdown interception ratios of all time. And even after having a season when he led the NFL in interceptions, he still has one of the best touchdown interception ratios there ever been. Even if you only regulate that, to his contemporaries, even if you don't count guys that came in and played when there wasn't that many protections for the quarterbacks, like he still stacks up. If you just count him against his peers, he's still top 10. So, put some respect on Dak Prescott's name because he's got high marks all time across the board in all the important quarterback statistics. You backdoor and you look at this one. This is career passer rating. This is passer rating for all quarterbacks that there ever been across all eras, everywhere. Patrick Mahomes has the best. Aaron Rodgers has the second best. Deshaun Watson is third. Joe Burrow is fourth. Russell Wilson is fifth. Jimmy Garoppolo is sixth. The great Drew Brees is seventh. And Dak and Kirk Cousins are both tied for 8th. They both have a career passer rating of 97.8. So, and we know the difference between Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins. We know that Dak Prescott, adds the value of a runner. We know that Dak Prescott has a top 25 all-time win percentage. We know that Dak Prescott, we know that Dak Prescott is better than Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins has put up great regular season numbers. To put that into context, Dak Prescott has a better career passer rating than our own Tony Romo, than the GOAT Tom Brady, than Steve Young, than Lamar Jackson, than Peyton Manning, the Sheriff, than Justin Herbert, than Philip Rivers, than Kurt Warner, Matt Ryan, Ben Roethlisberger, and he has a better passer rating than Jared Goff. So regardless of how you want to cut it up and cross it and say whatever you want to say, regardless of era, because there are other quarterbacks that have played in this new era, Dak Prescott still stacks up as a top 10 quarterback in terms of passer rating. Even if you took out somebody like Drew Brees, right? If you took out Drew Brees, who played in a different era, then Dak Prescott would actually move up to 7th all time in that regard, right? So again, another area where Dak Prescott has put up top 10 production and overall numbers, top 10 in passer rating, as you see, tied for 8th. He's ahead of all-time great quarterbacks in terms of passer rating. And again, before somebody come in here crying about error, I know, but I can't disregard when a record is broken just because somebody wasn't born soon enough. It's not fair to some of these guys, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, this is another area where Dak Prescott is top 10 all time. Completion percentage. For the people that say that Dak Prescott cannot read a defense, right? Dak Prescott is actually top 10 all time in career completion percentage. He has a better, and listen, for context, Dak Prescott has a slightly better completion percentage than Patrick Mahomes, who I believe is the best quarterback in the league right now. Right? If you look at other guys who have a better completion percentage than, he has a better career completion percentage than Russell Wilson. You can't say Russell Wilson played in a different era. Russell Wilson came in the late 2010s. He has a better completion percentage than Derek Carr, Philip Rivers, Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner, Matt Ryan. Like, come on now. And then again, you can also dissect some of this other stuff. Dak Prescott has played almost 100 games. Kyler Murray has not played anywhere near as many games as Dak Prescott. Justin Herbert ain't even played 70 games yet. Deshaun Watson has played way less games than Dak Prescott. So you can even make the argument that, after these guys have played rough to 90 to 97 games, that their completion percentage is probably going to drop themselves. Joe Burrow, even though he currently had the best completion percentage of all time, he's barely played. He's only played he hasn't played three seasons worth of games yet. So again, like, Dak Prescott is a proven quarterback. It's a proven commodity, and even having played a bunch of games, he's still top 10 in all these categories. With the more volume, the more passes, the more attempts you have, it's hard to maintain these kind of numbers. But yet, year in and year out, Dak Prescott as being one of the best quarterbacks in the entire National Football League, hands down. When you talk about wins, they're like, well, Dak Prescott doesn't win. Yes, he does. Dak Prescott currently has a top 25 all-time win percentage. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can find it for y'all real quick. NFL all-time win percentage. Let's see. Bear with me, because I'm finna screen share so y'all can see. Oh, that's a minimum of 200 games. There you go. All right, so Dak Prescott has a win percentage of .629. He has the same win percentage as Joe Theismann. So there's not really a lot of quarterbacks that are ahead of Dak Prescott in terms of win percentage. So let me count these guys out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, Dak Prescott is number 25 exactly. So let me go ahead and screen share this with y'all now that I verified. No, the drawing is not going to happen until the first. The drawing is not going to happen until the first. Everybody has until midnight tonight to get their raffle entries in, and then we're going to move forward to the next raffle after that. I will announce the winner and do the drawing tomorrow on the 1st, just to give y'all time to get y'all entries in. And then, we'll announce the winner, and then we'll move right on and open up the next raffle for the Dallas Cowboy tickets. So tomorrow we will announce the winner of this raffle, and then we will also start the raffle for the Dallas Cowboy game tickets. And the game tickets will be to the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles at home. So yeah, as you can see, for a minimum of 90 games played, Dak Prescott is number 25 all time right here in terms of win percentage. He actually has a better win percentage than Russell Wilson and Brett Favre. Crazy, right? So yeah, Dak Prescott is also top 25 in terms of win percentage in regular season games. So yeah, man, that man is a baller. Hey, take care, Jameson Taylor. I hope you get the feeling better, my guy. Salute to you. Dwayne Brown, what's up with you, man? Jose Banks. Oh no, you're fine, DC4 Life Texas. I got your entry. I got your entry. It's fine. It's good. We're good. Matter of fact, because everybody is short on time, y'all can see in at any point, even if I'm not on the show at this point. I know y'all trying to rush to get y'all entries in. We will be transparent and open everything up. Of course, I'll let y'all know how many entries each person has, so on and so forth. Buck Wayne, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in. Big Benny Rich, what's good with you? Thank y'all for the love and support. So yeah, man. Again, Dak Prescott is getting glowing reviews from a lot of different people. Randall Cobb spoke very, very highly of him, said he was an elite quarterback today. Drew Brees said that he was a great quarterback. Hey, what's up with your DC4 Life? I got your other entry too, man. Salute to you. I appreciate it. So, and hey, if y'all want to be like DC4 Life Texas and improve your odds of getting the Dallas Cowboy jersey, man, y'all just hit the cash app. It's $ Henny the more, and you got till between now and midnight tonight to get your raffle entries in. So salute to y'all. So yeah, so Randall Cobb spoke very highly, said the word elite. Made sure to say he was an elite quarterback. Then you turn around, man, and you look at what Matt Rule said not too long ago. Matt Rule said that he was just like Drew Brees and Peyton Manning in terms of how he operates inside of the pocket. Then, if you didn't believe him, Drew Brees himself said that Dak Prescott, is a good quarterback, playing at a high level with great control of his offense, throwing the ball where it needs to go, doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? So, come on now. At some point, you just have to just understand if at some point, if you're denying that Dak Prescott is a good quarterback or a great quarterback, you're a hater. You're a hater, and I really want to, just pray for you. I really want to slap the shit out you, but I'm living a different life right now. I'm trying to live righteous and set an example for my kids and my family. But you make me want to slap the shit out you for hating my quarterback like that. So instead of putting hands on you, I'm gonna pray for you. Like real talk. So now that we covered that, I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all feel about Rayne Dakota Prescott. If you think Dak Prescott is elite, put 1 in the chat box. If you think that he is okay, put a 2. If you think that he is ass, in the words of Shady, I never got on the field in the Super Bowl, McCoy, put a 3. Justin Kitchen says 1. Hallelujah says 1. King G says 1. Sugar Daddy Williams says 1. Dwayne Brown says 1. C. Nicole says 1. So I believe most of us are in agreement that Dak Prescott is an elite level quarterback. He's an elite level quarterback. Stephen White said at 1.5. Yeah. I see. Yeah, definitely a 1. Yeah. Yeah, Shady sucks. I want y'all to remember, y'all did not have to get hit. Y'all did not have to do anything, and y'all got the same number of Super Bowl rushing touchdowns as Shady McCoy. So salute to y'all. You know, y'all are just as important as Shady McCoy. You know, in the postseason, because he ain't do nothing. That man just had good. He had good seats to the show. That's about it. If you think Dak is bad quarterback, then you just don't know football. Yeah, man. Listen, a bad quarterback, you know, is somebody like who's a bad quarterback? Brock Osweiler was not a good quarterback, right? Matt Leinart was not really a good quarterback. Derek Carr brother wasn't really a good quarterback in the league, right? There've been some bad quarterbacks. Some guys that didn't put it all together, did not perform well on the field. Dak Prescott is putting up his historical numbers. You know what I'm saying? He may not be your cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? He may not be your cup of tea. You may think there's some better quarterbacks in the league, but you can't just sit out here and say that boy ain't elite. And then when you out here sit about it, what is elite? Elite can mean a bunch of different things. What's your definition of elite? Is top 5? Yeah, Ryan Leaf. Is top 5 elite? Is top 10 elite? You know, tell me what the hell is elite? Because you know there is no set, you know, guidelines to what an elite quarterback is. That's why the term gets tossed around so loosely and so freely. So you know, I'm not even gonna use the term elite anymore when it comes to quarterback. Dak Prescott is a top 5 quarterback. If that's not elite, I don't know what the hell is. He's a top 5 quarterback in terms of production. He's a top 5 quarterback in terms of everything that actually matters. And really, and listen, for the people to say wins is what matters, Dak Prescott is top 5 in wins since coming to the NFL. He's top 5 in wins since coming to the NFL in 2016. If that ain't elite, I don't know what is, man. Real quick, man, we need to take a light break. We need to take a share break. Well, Jeremiah, I said we'll have to disagree on that. We're gonna have to disagree on that. You know, I trust the words of Randall Cobb. I trust the words of Drew Brees. You know, I trust the word of Matt Rule and all these other guys that have been talking and saying that he's a great quarterback. So we'll have to agree to disagree, Jeremiah. I'll say, because listen, the man top 10 all time in completion percentage, passer rating, and touchdown interception ratio. Top 25 on time and win percentage. So, you know, I don't know. If that's not elite, you tell me what elite is, my guy. But, hey, this is America. We ain't going to have anybody, you know, talk bad to you or anything. That is your opinion. You know, you're more than welcome to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to express how you feel, even if we disagree with you. So, I do appreciate you for your input, Jeremiah. So, we ain't even tripping like that. We ain't said tripping. Oh, yeah, it's all good. And it's all good. Nothing but love, man. And I do appreciate you for coming in and taking time out your day to visit the liquor store. And I please beg of you, I wish and hope and pray that you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man, so you get your discount. So, man, I actually got some more stuff, man. Because, you know, we ain't just going to just talk about Dak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Dak is a good quarterback, elite quarterback to me. Top 10 in the words of my guy Dwayne Brown, top 5 in my opinion. He said elite wins Super Bowls. Once he does that, I'ma shut up. All right, that's fine. But I'm gonna push back on you just a little bit, bro. Because Dan Marino was elite. He didn't win. Fran Tarkenton was elite. He didn't win. Phillip Rivers, you could make an argument, was elite. You know, because they let go of Drew Brees for Phillip Rivers. He was supposed to be that guy. You know, he put up elite numbers and all that stuff, didn't win a Super Bowl. So, you know, there's great quarterbacks that never got it done that you could say were elite. So, you know, so that would be my only pushback against that, my brother. But I do agree with you. We want Dak Prescott. Jim Kelly is another good one who's a Hall of Fame player. So yeah, that will be my only pushback. Because there are elite quarterbacks that didn't get it done, and then there's horrible quarterbacks that end up winning. You know what I mean? So that would be my only pushback. But I do agree. I do want us to win a championship with Dak Prescott. I believe that he can do it though. Okay, and that's fair. That's fair. All right, so let's move along. So we gave Dak Prescott his flowers. He said, I might be short on rent on Friday 2nd, but I'm a grill steak. Ooh, that sounds great. Hey man, make sure you put me a steak on the grill too, boy. I'll be hungry after spitting out these facts, man. I'll be working up an appetite. Oh yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Let's share this out, anybody. Yeah. Hey, everybody hit that like and share for me, man. Neil said he done slapped 9 Eagles though, man. So you gotta love it, man. Neil definitely has earned his discount. He put in that work, man. He put in that work. So this is PFF, and to be more precise, right? Sam Munson, made this list. Oh yeah, you're right. So before I jump into this though, I'm glad you said something, Justin. We are going to be live tonight. Me, West Coast Cowboy, and Landlord from Alabama. We will be interviewing former second-round pick Kelvin Joseph. So he will be live in the liquor store, live in the trap, live on the West Coast at 9 o'clock tonight, tapping in with us and talking about the upcoming season. So, I appreciate it. Listen, despite of me not being sold on his play up to this point, I appreciate Kelvin Joseph for taking the time out of his busy schedule, to come onto the show and show love to some independent content creators. So, the only thing I ask of y'all is to be respectful in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people take the time out their day to come and show love to our channels and our platforms, we got to, be cool with them. We got to be respectful. But we're going to have some real football conversations, though. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have real football conversations. We're going to ask the questions that I know y'all want asked. And it's gonna be a damn good time, man. It's gonna be a damn good time. We're gonna see what he's been doing to improve his level of play. We're gonna talk to him about positions. We're gonna talk to him about how he views his skill sets, amongst this stacked cornerback room. So yeah, we're gonna have some great conversations. Great football talks with a young guy that still has some upside. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been very critical of Kelvin Joseph. I'm not gonna sit here. Y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's coming on the show, I'm not gonna fake the phone. I've been very critical of Kelvin Joseph. But, he is still a former second round pick. He still has all the athletic ability in the world. He did make some great plays for us on special teams. And there are reports that he's playing much better, in OTAs. So, we're gonna chop it up with the boy. See what's going on with him, how our season been treating him, how he's preparing for this upcoming season, and it will be a great show. I only ask that, hey, you remember what your mama used to tell you. If you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. I will ask y'all to please not say anything crazy, in the chat box. We need to formulate these relationships. We need to make this a safe space for these players to come on here so they know that they have a voice. They know that they are part of the nation. And, so they will want to come back. So, that's the only thing I ask y'all, just to be respectful, while the interview was going on, so we can continue to have these fire-ass interviews that we be having. So I appreciate all y'all. And let's jump right back into the content now that we got that out the way. But please make sure y'all tune in 9 o'clock tonight. It's going down. Oh, wait. This is the wrong one. I brought it back up. There it go. Okay. So where was I? Said Big Benny Rich said, I like him. I hope he figures it out. Yeah, man. Listen, I hope he figures it out. You know what I'm saying? Because the Dallas Cowboys invested a lot in him. He got talent. He got potential. So, I just hope he puts it together. We really could use him. Yes, sir. That's correct. That is correct, Justin Kitchen. It'll be 10 o'clock Eastern time. So if you're on the West Coast, it'll be 7 o'clock. If you're in Texas, Central Standard Time, it will be 9 o'clock. If you're on Mountain Time, it'll be 8 o'clock. If you're on Eastern Time, it will be 10 o'clock. Oh yeah, listen, y'all can ask, questions. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just can't ask no crazy questions. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can, and listen, if y'all ask some fire questions that we think we need to ask them, we might actually ask them that. We just ain't gonna ask them nothing disrespectful, incriminating, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna keep it player over here. We gonna keep it player. So this is the top 10 list conducted by Sam Munson from PFF. Right? So he has Sauce Gardner as the best cornerback in the league, which I think is an overreaction, even though I thought he had an amazing season. Jalen Ramsey at number 2, Darius Slay at number 3, Patrick Surtain at number 4, Gerard Alexander at 5, Bump and Run Gilly at 6, Marshawn Lattimore at 7, Trayvon Diggs at 8, J.C. Horn at 9, Jamel Dean at 10. So let me just tell you how I feel about this. The list is all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that Sauce Gardner, after one season, is the best cornerback in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? He was phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. He deserved that all pro nod. He deserved winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. He deserved all the love and accolades that he got. But, I can't put him that high just yet. Jalen Ramsey, he's still Jalen Ramsey. So, I don't mind him being on the top 10. I don't know if he's in the top 2 right now. Darius Slay, he's not. Listen, I like big play Slay. When he was a free agent, I wanted the Dallas Cowboys to go and get him. Now, this is a couple years ago when he was finna lead the Detroit Lions. But right now, I don't have him at the number 3 cornerback. Patrick Surtain, in my opinion, is too low. Patrick Surtain is him. Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. I know I love that they're both, in the top 10, but I don't necessarily agree with they're ranked at. I'm cool with Gilly being number 6 or number 5. But Trayvon Diggs should at bare minimum be where Patrick Surtain is. He should bare minimum be number 4. He a top 4 cornerback, because he made an all-pro selection just a year ago. Not this season. And hey, shout out to Michael McQuay for the donation. They got you another entry into the raffle. So salute to you, man. I appreciate you. And again, man, if y'all want to improve your odds to get this Dallas Cowboy jersey, man, y'all just hit that cash app. It's $ Henny the More, and we'll be doing, we'll be collecting entries up until midnight. Excuse me. Thank you. Now, see, there ain't nothing like a good woman. When you sneeze, they bless you, pray for you. Hey, shout out to my wife. But yeah, man, I don't agree with the overall list. I think Jamel Dean. I don't know if Jamel Dean is a top 10 cornerback. I like J.C. Horn though. I think J.C. Horn is a dog. He really was the cornerback I wanted in the draft, really. But yeah. I think Diggs is too low. I think Surtain is too low, because I think Surtain might be one of the 3 best cornerbacks in the league right now. Like, Patrick Surtain is a dog. No lie. So, yeah, I don't agree with the overall list of where these people are at, but I do agree that the Dallas Cowboys have 2 top 10 cornerbacks, right? And that is not hyperbole. Remember, we were talking about the narratives at one point surrounding Stephon Gilmore. They were saying that he was washed the moment that he became a Dallas Cowboy. Well, we know that is not true. So let's pull up what Stephon Gilmore did last year, right? But Stephon Gilmore was still one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League last year. So last year, hold on, let me get this pulled up real quick for y'all. I'm going to screen share. No, I like the little screen share function. It makes life so much easier. Y'all can see what I see and all that other stuff. So it may be a little hard to see, but it's cool. So again, last year, Stephon Gilmore had 60 solo tackles, which was top 13 amongst defensive backs. He had 2 interceptions, so he still was getting his hands on the ball. He was targeted 82 times, but he only allowed 52 receptions. Okay, so that's not bad. Coverage grade. This man graded out as an 81.1 in coverage, man. 81.1 in coverage, so he was superb. No run defense, I ain't too much worried about that. Like I said, he's a cornerback, not a safety. I don't need him to do all that hitting and shit. So overall, last year, Stephon Gilmore played 1,064 snaps. Right, he played 1,064 snaps. He had 599 snaps in coverage. And he only allowed 2 touchdowns while getting 2 interceptions. He had 8 pass breakups, only 4 penalties, and he only gave up 585 yards, bro. So hey, let's do quick math. What's 585 divided by 17? What's 585 divided by 17? 34. 34.4 to be exact. But, you know, we ain't got to round up. We can round down if it doesn't go past 5. So Stephon Gilmore was only allowing 34 yards a game, bro. Only allowed 2 touchdowns the entire season. And then he had just as many interceptions as he did touchdowns given up. They said told him Gilly Lock was better than Diggs. I would say this. Stephon Gilmore might be your best coverage guy, but Trayvon Diggs is the best ball hawk in the National Football League. And there is value in having both those guys on your team. Because remember, it doesn't matter, you know, who is your number one corner. Because when you got 2 cornerbacks that could be number 1s on teams, you got a 1A and a 1B and not a 1 and a 2. So, you know, you have one of the best tandems of cornerbacks in the National Football League. So, you know, if you think Trayvon Diggs is better, that's cool. If you think Stephon Gilmore is better, that's cool too. Because it's not a situation where you got to pick either or. You got the luxury of having both of them on your team starting, locking guys down, getting interceptions, breaking up passes, and then you also have the luxury of adding DeRon Bland into the mix as your slot corner. So, you know, it's not really a matter of who is better, you know, when we're talking about the 2 starting corners. Because Trayvon Diggs gonna do what he do on his side. Stephon Gilmore gonna do what he does on his side, and it's gonna cause a lot of issues and a lot of problems for opposing quarterbacks. And I love that. Because remember, and this is no slight against Anthony Brown. He played well for us for several seasons. You know, he was a 6th round pick that became a starter, got a second contract. You know, he played as well as you can expect him to play. Like you know, than any other guy out there. Right? You really got more bang for your buck, you know, than any other guy out there. So, you know, I like the Dallas Cowboys made this move, brought in somebody like Stephon Gilmore, who's a former Defensive Player of the Year, got that ilk. And listen, he was still a top 10 cornerback last year. That's what people don't be talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a reason, you know, people expected the Colts to do something the year before with Carson Wentz. You know, the Colts had a very good team from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? They had they had a great defense. They had a great running back. You know, they had DeForest Buckner. You know, they had a good linebacking core. And then, Stephon Gilmore was still Stephon Gilmore. So, you know, I think that we have the luxury. I think it's a luxury. Yeah, and that's the thing. They're both going to eat. And listen, people say they ain't tripping about a ball hawk until you need to get a turnover. There's always going to be a time and a place where your team got to get a turnover just to stay alive. You know what I mean? So, I need both. I need a guy that can lock somebody down. I need a guy that can get his hands on the ball. And listen, like I also need a guy that can play in the slot and outside too. So, you know, you need all those things to be a complete, complete defensive back unit. You know, you need your ball hawk. You need your good man-to-man cover guy. You need a guy that can play the slot and have some versatility and maybe bump outside to follow a wide receiver around. There might be a bad matchup problem. So I think you need all those facets to your defense. So I'm lucky that we have them, even if it's only for this season, because Stephon Gilmore is on a 1-year deal. But even if it's only for this season, I expect the Dallas Cowboys to have a much improved defense. Teams won't be able to just target the secondary corner, and try and feast on them or anything like that. They have to put the ball in harm's way more often, and therefore I believe because of that, because you have more talent in the defensive back room, you will have more overall turnovers. Danny, you my guy. I got nothing but love for you. But I'm not tagging and trading away anybody. How many touchdowns did Diggs give up last year? Let me take a look. Because I know Stephon Gilmore only gave up 2. I think Diggs gave up 4 in a 17-game season. But let me double check just to make sure, brother. So we like being precise. So you ask the question, I shall answer it very honestly because I have no agendas. So let's take a look. Let me get Trayvon Diggs pulled up. All right, so Trayvon Diggs had 3 interceptions. It was targeted 82 times. He gave up 56 receptions. Now let's take a look at touchdowns surrendered. Let's take a look. Hold on. There it go. There. Oh wow. Okay. So Diggs actually gave up 5 touchdowns. So he gave up 5 touchdowns. But in terms of overall, that's not the most in the league. That wasn't the most in the league though, because Marshawn Lattimore gave up 7. So he did not have a good of a coverage as a good of a coverage year as Gilmore, but he is that guy. And Stephon and Steven gotten cheaper over the last 30 years. It really just depends. But this is the thing: the money is not an issue. The money is not an issue because I pointed out the Dallas Cowboys going to get $10 million Friday from the Ezekiel Elliott cut. They already got about $10 million, right? Then they can save another $26.2 to $39 million by restructuring, not restructuring, but extending Dak Prescott. So money is not an issue. Theoretically, the Dallas Cowboys can clear enough cap space to sign everybody and their mama. Like if they wanted to, the Dallas Cowboys, could sign me and you and still sign the players that they wanted. You know what I mean? So the money is not an issue. Yeah, Dak 250, Micah 200, Lamb 100. And listen, the overall figures don't matter. The stuff that actually matters is the cap hits. You know what I'm saying? The actual cap hits is all that's going to matter. So remember, what's that boy name? Jalen Hurts signed a contract for over $50 million. Right? Well, let's take a look at Jalen Hurts' money. He said how many yards came with that? Not a lot of yards this year. He only gave up 695 yards in a 17-game season. So if you divide that 695 by 17, Trayvon Diggs only gave up 41 yards a game. Really 40.8 yards a game, but we'll round up for the sake of having a nice whole number. So Trayvon Diggs only allowed 41 yards a game, and he only allowed 5 touchdowns in a 17-game season. Because if I'm not mistaken, Anthony Brown had given up 6, and he didn't even play the full season. So he still wasn't your worst coverage guy by a long shot. Well, and listen, Danny, if it came down to that would just be a decision by the front office. You know what I mean? because mathematically they can do what the hell they want. They got the money. They got the money. I don't want y'all to, and listen, I'm gonna just keep saying this over again. They got the money. They got the money. Oh, but yeah, Danny, we can name the Philadelphia corners because they have a cornerback that's made four or five Pro Bowls, and then they have a cornerback that made the All Pro team this year. So I can name the Philly corners, but I can't name the Chiefs corners. But then again, when you look back, the Super Bowl champions the year prior, they had good corners. Jalen Ramsey was on the Rams. They had a superb coverage guy. So it really just depends. Like there's ways of winning. There's more than one way. There's more than one way to win. The question is, can the Dallas Cowboys defense survive not having good cornerbacks? With as much as Dan Quinn likes to stunt, as much as he likes to get exotic, he needs to have some solid cornerbacks in the back end to make up for some of those looks. Especially with the fact Dan Quinn was playing a lot of cover one robber, meaning there was one singular safety in the middle of the field and guys were in man coverage a lot. So you definitely need some guys that are at least above average in covering. I said that's why Diggs goes first. And listen, Michael Parsons, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just now going to be his third season. He won't be eligible for a contract extension till after this year. And then with Michael Parsons, you got that. Then you got he said Dallas won without Deion crazy pass rush. But you see, y'all just be disrespecting our other cornerbacks. I know they weren't Deion Sanders, but we ain't gonna act like they were boo boo. You can't say that about Tom Brady, then though. Like, look how many times Bill Belichick had great cornerbacks. Case in point, Stephon Gilmore, who was on our team right now. Then he also had Brown, who was a great cornerback. So it just really depends on your defensive coordinator and how your defense is set up. I think Dan Quinn needs corners. If Diggs avoid contact now, what happened when he gets 100 million? The same thing. But this is the thing, like Deion Sanders, who you mentioned, avoided contact. A lot of these guys are out there making these big hits at the cornerback position. They covering. You know what I mean? So again, like we'll have to agree to disagree on that one, my brother. Cause I want all the good players. I want all the good players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cutting corners anywhere. If Trayvon Diggs got a post, I want him out there playing for me. If they could bring Stephon Gilmore back next year, if he played good this year, I want him out there. I want the Run Bland out there if he plays good again this year. I want all the good players. I want all the good players, man. You know what I'm saying? Just because they cheat don't mean nothing about me. I like spending other people's money. Dan Quinn's legacy was being the architect of the Legion of Boom. He was the defensive coordinator when they won a Super Bowl, right? He was the defensive coordinator when they won a Super Bowl. So that's more of his legacy than the collapse when he wasn't calling the defense. But remember, we know that Dan Quinn can coordinate a Super Bowl winning defense. Remember, he was the head coach, but he didn't call the plays for the defense. He was the head coach. But he was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks, and we know that he can coordinate a defense to a championship, right? We can agree on that. He's not our head coach right now, so that's a different concern for me. Mike McCarthy's our head coach. You know what I mean? Well, let's see. Hey, Miss Regina Green has stepped into the building, to the liquor store. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you for tapping in and showing love. And I appreciate you. Hey, make sure that you slap a shit out of Eagles fan for me, Miss Regina. No, I know that you need your discount, so I need you to go ahead, work your hand, find your Eagles fan, and just slap the 5 from them. Yo, what's up with your Mike DC for life? I appreciate you, man. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, and listen, I'm not saying that he is absolved from blame from that, but we're not going to act like he wasn't the defensive coordinator for a championship defense. You know, like they all speak highly of that boy. So you know, that's the only thing I'm saying. For what he for whatever failure he had as a head coach, that does not take away from his success he had as defensive coordinator. So if Dan Quinn thinks he can win with Trayvon Diggs, and he plans on staying around, I want Diggs around. But we're not gonna sit here and say his only legacy is them blowing a lead in the Super Bowl when he was the defensive coordinator that got that team their only Super Bowl. I said I don't associate with them. Don't know anyone that wears green. I know that's right. He said slap the taste out. Said last 3 drafts, only 10 players drafted on offense. Yes, we steal 20 versus the run. Lot bust Dan Quinn. Even this draft, they're going to have more stroke in the draft room. Well, this is the thing. Like, who did we draft to stop the run? You know, you listen. The defensive tackle we took in Quentin Bohannon was a 6th round pick. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the guys we brought in, like you said, Michael Parsons was a guy that we drafted in the 1st round, defensive player. He's panned out so far, right? We drafted Deron Bland in the 5th round. So far, he has panned out. So, you know, like, there's been some hits. There's been some hits. There's been some misses. There's been some hits and been some misses. But I really would have to go back and look at everybody we drafted before we say there's only one player. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of everybody that we drafted from 2021 to now. I know 2021 we got Michael Parsons, and then I don't know the rest of the people in the draft. Oh, Kelvin Joseph that year, who will be on the show tonight. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. Well, yeah, let's see. I had some other stuff for you, but I can't even remember. It'll come back to me, maybe. Hey, Danny Savage, why do you think that Overshawn needs 25 pounds? He's the same height and the same weight as Fred Warner. Overshawn is 6'3", 230 pounds. Fred Warner is 6'3", 230 pounds. So, you know, I don't think Overshawn needs any more weight. Now, Fihoko might need about 20 pounds himself. But since he's only going to be playing 3 and he still might moonlight as an edge rusher, you know, it just really depends. Hey, Damian Crow, what's up with you, man? Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. They said, hey, David said, that's correct, David. You do not have to associate with an Eagles fan. I mean, if you see them out there set tripping, he said, don't compare him. I'm not comparing him to Warner. I was saying that he's the same size and weight as Fred Warner. He said that he needed some more weight on his body, but you know, like he has a linebacker body is what I'm trying to say. He already has the body of a linebacker. He doesn't have a body of an edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? If they planning on rushing him on the edge or something like that, then he might need some more pasta in his diet. But, you know, just to play linebacker, shoot the gaps, things like that. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm saying in that regard. I mean, Danny Savage, on our defense, the line between safety and linebacker blurs a lot. So, you know, even if he's a big nickel safety, he damn near would be a linebacker in this defense. Look at J-Ron Curse. J-Ron Curse plays in the box so often he got the green dot. So, you know, those lines really blur a little bit. So you can say big safety nickel, but shit, at the end of the day, it probably still closer to linebacker play. Sugar Daddy said slap the voice out of their throat. God dog. Y'all going crazy on the Eagles fans, man. But hey, they deserve it though. So yeah, y'all slap fire from their ass, man. Like hell. Raven Silas, I see you tapping in, man. But yo, man, I just wanted to come on here and get y'all some content before we went live later on. I'm finna jump off to get my notes and everything else prepared for the interview tonight. So y'all make sure that y'all are back here in about an hour and 30. It's a little bit less than an hour 30. It's 7:33 right now where I'm at. So y'all please make sure to tap back in about an hour and a half, you know, for this interview. I appreciate y'all for tapping in and showing love. And remember, you know, I always tell y'all to drink and drive responsibly. But if you see an Eagles fan, man, hey, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all know what's up. But you know, we ain't trying to get sued. You know, we ain't trying to be liable for none of that. But yeah, continue to hit that like button on the way out. Continue to hit that share button on the way out. And continue to hit that Cash App to get your entries in on the way out, man. Y'all got till midnight if y'all want to win the Dallas Cowboy jersey. So salute to y'all. Like Sugar Daddy said, spin the block for this exclusive. And we will get at you later, man. God bless. Take care.